What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Odin coming back with another box office breakdown video, and today we of course have Hobbs & Shaw totally destroying the competition once again in a very, very slow weekend. So let's go ahead and first break down what we have so far. So Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs & Shaw, still a terrible title, made $25.4 million, a drop of about 57.7%, which is actually not a terrible drop. To me, that says that a lot of people are going to see the film, a lot of people are enjoying the film. I myself have my own personal issues with it. I gave it a C- because I thought there were a lot of problems with the actual film itself. And I know some people think I'm too hard on films and I'm too critical, but then again, I am the critic who's a cynic. So what else do you expect? But it's still doing very well at the box office, and I'm okay with that because overall, I like the people involved with this project. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, a new film, an independent film coming out, making about $20.8 million. So that's probably going to end up making this film easily going over its budget. Or correction, being able to make back its budget and then some, because of course it's going to be a horror film. Horror films tend to do pretty well even at this time of the year, and $20.8 million for an opening weekend is actually not too shabby. Somehow or another, Lion King is still in the top 3, making another $20 million, and we're going to talk about just how large that movie is getting in a second, because I really think it's completely ridiculous that film is doing as well as it is. Dora and the Lost City of Gold. For some reason, Josiah Rises, who is a member of the Geeks and Gamers team, thinks it's a good movie, so that actually kind of makes me want to go see it. So for all I know, I might see that today, because he says it was actually a pretty good time. That's interesting to hear that perspective from him, and I never would have thought that, because man, the trailer just looks completely cringe. But apparently it does a good job both being loyal to the source material, but also skewering the source material at the same time. So it sounds like it could be a lot of fun. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is doing pretty well, still $11.6 million, a 42% drop from week 2 to week 3. Still a movie that I think really deserves a whole lot more love. And if you have not seen that yet, if you're on the Geeks and Gamers channel and you're a fan of our content, please go check out that movie, because it is one of the few original stories, one of the few original concepts that's really going on in Hollywood these days. And I think that because of that alone, it deserves more love. Not to mention, it's also a very good time. That ending to the film alone is worth the 3 hours or so that it takes to get there. The Art of Racing in the Rain, another film about a dog. Oh man, what can I say about that? The trailer overall just is the same trailer about any dog that you've ever seen, any dog movie. That's what the trailer is. It's doing well because it's a family movie, $8.1 million. Is it going to make a whole lot of money? Who knows at this point? But honestly, it's just, again, another one of those standard types films. And then the last of the big releases or new releases that we'll actually talk about today is The Kitchen, which made $5.5 million, which, you know what, I'm kind of glad that's the case. For those that don't know, The Kitchen is a story about how a bunch of men go out of the picture, and then the women have to take over their crime syndicates and have to prove that they are able to do so because they're women. Now, if you think that this sounds like another movie that came out over the last couple of years called Widows, you would be correct, because it's almost, at least on paper, the same exact storyline or the same basic storyline. So why would I or anyone really want to see that same movie again? Now, I've heard from friends of the channel, I've heard from Cynical Centrist, who's a friend of the channel, that it's a pretty good movie, that it was entertaining. However, I have no real desire to see it, because why would I want to see a movie that's trying to push some type of agenda that's already been pushed in another film? But that's just me. Fast and Furious, as I said, $332.6 million worldwide, so doing pretty well, though the production budget was $200 million, meaning it cost around $300 million to make, so the film is still by far not near actually breaking even. However, by the very fact that it came in at number 1 this weekend, and it likely will continue to perform both here and overseas, likely means this film will make some profit. Not going to be the largest grossing of the Fast and Furious films, which was, to be honest, kind of surprising to me, because The Rock is a huge box office draw, but I think that this might indicate that maybe perhaps the Fast and Furious films are getting to the point where they can't really grow that much more, though of course I could be wrong on that as well. Again, I am not a perfect person. However, that's just what I'm seeing, and that's what seems to be indicated by what's going on with these box office numbers. Still pretty good showing nonetheless. Scary Stories Tell in the Dark, $20.8 million. Again, independent horror thriller film. This is pretty standard fare for it. Doesn't have a production budget. Can't imagine it's that high. This is a film that actually I'm kind of interested in seeing, because I believe it's based off of a book that I used to read as a kid, and that book was absolutely terrifying, and it looks terrifying. So something tells me that it very well could just scare the crap out of me. So maybe I won't see it. You guys know that I don't really like horror films. Let's talk about The Lion King. Lion King, $1.3 billion. This film has now made more than Last Jedi. This film has now made more than Captain Marvel. This film has now made more than a lot of films that have come out this year. And of course, it is yet again another one of the Disney live action films. A lot of you might be already saying, oh my gosh, stop talking about Disney. Why do you keep complaining about Disney? Because Disney is not a good company. Because Disney, as far as a movie production company, continues to put out crap films, continues to put out films that have no original concepts to them, and also craps on their original on the original concepts that they originally are based on. And so I will continue to call that out because for some reason people still go to see this. And you might say, why are you calling out people? You're mean. Why are you calling me out? My kids wanted to go see it. Okay, you could have saved all that money and showed them the original film, which was only an hour and a half long. You could have saved half an hour there and also shown them a better film, because most critics and most audience members will look at this film and say, yeah, there's really no reason for this film to exist, and I still stand by it. Dora, the film that Josiah Rises is firmly in love with at this point, and I'm still very interested by that. I still need to watch his review, but I saw him on Twitter, and he was like, no, seriously, guys, it's great. Oh, man, I kind of want to see it for that reason. It was actually made for only $49 million, which is pretty low. I thought it would have been made for a little bit more than that, but apparently made $19.5 million. Not a very strong showing for this film. Don't know if this film's going to make its money back, but hey, it might get some money from me if Josiah is indeed going to be right that it's actually worthy of seeing and fun time, according to him. Again, if you trust Josiah Rises, then you would trust that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood reaching that $108 million point, obviously still far from making back its money, but of course, as we know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Quentin Tarantino himself, the point of the movies that he makes is not to make $1 billion, because he just cares about making good stories. And unfortunately, audiences don't really care about good stories anymore. All they care about is, ooh, do I know this actor? Or, ooh, do I know this story already that's going to be retold to me in a prepackaged product that's really not worth seeing? And these movies, unfortunately, get lost in the dust. So seriously, go out and support this film and other independent films that tell good stories that really deserve more love from you. Art Racing in the Rain, as I said, it's a film about a dog. If you like dogs, if you like those typical dog type films, then hey, Kevin Costner does the voice of the dog, so $9.2 million. Not a very good showing for this, but yet again, I think that's because people are kind of tired of these films. Obviously I love dogs, but at the same time too, I know that something usually is going to happen to that dog, and I don't really ever want to experience that. The Kitchen. Oh, The Kitchen with Kate Moss, or no, Elizabeth Moss, not Kate Moss, Elizabeth Moss of *Handmaid's Tale* fame, is in a movie front and center here about women taking over for a crime syndicate. And man, this was already seen in The Widows, I'm pretty sure. So no reason to exist, but hey, at least it's an original concept, right? Kind of, sort of. At least it's not based on something else. At least they're not trying to gender swap anything, so I got to give them kudos for that. But if you want to see a movie with Melissa McCarthy, Elizabeth Moss, and Tiffany Haddish, then hey, this might be the movie for you, maybe. Though, of course, Widows could be the movie for you as well, because it tells the same story. And Toy Story 4, $989 million at this point. This film is going to cross the $1 billion mark because Disney's going to make it so. Disney said, hey, we're going to beat the Avatar record, and they made it so by any means necessary. Toy Story 4, we're going to have yet another $1 billion film in our franchise, in our belt, in another $1 billion notch in the belt. They will indeed make it so. And let's go ahead and again see what the top 2019 films are in the domestic gross. Look at that. Disney, Sony, Disney, but still Disney, and Disney. Oh, isn't that exciting? Isn't that just so original, everybody? Let's see. Maybe worldwide might be different. Oh, wait, it's Disney. Oh, again, Sony, Disney. Sorry, Sony, Disney. Isn't that interesting? And of course, Dumbo is the only live action film that didn't do well, which is what all these films should be doing, because they're unoriginal concepts that really don't do all that well and really don't do all that much to deserve your money. But again, that's just me. What are y'all's thoughts about this? Have you seen any of the films? Have you seen Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? That kind of looks interesting. Though, of course, these types of movies terrify me. Are you with Josiah Rises? Do you think that Dora and the Lost City of Gold is an amazing film that's underrated and needs to be seen by all? Would love to hear your thoughts on that. And also, if you've seen The Kitchen, is it just like Widows? Do you know anything about Widows? Do you care about The Kitchen? I'm sure there'll be a lot of fun comments in the comments section below about Kitchen and about the basic premise of the overall film. And also, are you tired of me talking about Disney? If your answer is yes, then you're a part of the problem. And I don't mind calling you out for it, because we believe in freedom of speech here. You have the ability to go see whatever movies you want. You can bring your families to whatever movies you want. However, you also don't have the right to your own truth. And these films are just carbon copy remakes of films that were done so much better. And so, hey, it's okay. Can't always get it right. Anyway, thanks for watching. And ooh, no, can't wait to read the salt that's going to be in the comments for what I just said, because as always we know, people just seem to cannot be able to take a joke and seem to not be able to take anything with any sense of smiling in the process. So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Smash the like button, because you know that people are going to hate these videos. People automatically dislike videos because they see my face. Isn't that amazing that people wait for my videos just so they can dislike it because I am not in the tank for Disney? Who would have thunk? Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.